Hello, and welcome to another episode of That Made Your List, a weekly podcast where an average, ordinary film fan, that's me, interviews other average, ordinary film fans. My name is Dave Goodger, and joining me on the podcast this week, we've got Hunter Chambless. Hello, Hunter.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Yeah, really good, really good. Thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate you coming on.
Oh, man, thank you for having me. I've actually been listening to a few past episodes to get prepared for what I'm coming into tonight, the craziness that's going to happen today.
Yeah, it should be fun. Okay, before we get started, why don't you tell myself and the listeners just a little bit about yourself?
Oh, yeah, basically, I've been a huge movie fan for a very long time, ever since I was real young. The very first movie I've ever watched was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Been a huge Harry Potter fan ever since. And I run a YouTube channel. It's called Film Nerd TV, where I talk about everything movie-related, movie reviews, stuff like that.
That's cool. What's that called again, sorry?
Film Nerd TV on YouTube.
Film Nerd TV. I'll have to subscribe on that, give that a little bit of a watch. That's
Thank
great.
you, man.
No, appreciate it. Great, fantastic. Okay, so whereabouts in the States are you from?
I'm from Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm a good old country boy.
Good old country boy. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, right, we'll get going. Just say same 20 questions as everybody else gets. We might change it around one of these days, but we'll start right at the top with, we're going in there. What's your favourite film?
Okay, so for this one, I kind of cheated a little bit, but I put the Harry Potter films. For me, they are a great continuation of the movies right after.
Okay.
And just the magic, the fun, the entertainment, the great acting, just everything about those series of movies is one of my favorites to go back and watch yearly, monthly, whenever I can. I'll just pop one on and enjoy it.
Okay. I'll allow it for now. I might have to tie you down at some point into this. But have you read the books? Are you a fan of the books as well, or is it just the film medium?
I'm listening to the books right now. I'm on Prisoner of Azkaban audiobook, which is one of my favorites of the Harry Potter movies.
Right. Yeah. It's the one thing I like about the books is the way that the books are written and the language that's used. The same way with the films as well. They got progressively more adult and darker as they progress. So as the children, because the children will start reading these when they're 7, 8, 9, 10, and the books are primarily in larger print, and the film is all sunshine and brightness and everything's all happy. And as you move through the films and move through the books, the wording gets different. The lighting in the film is darker. So yeah, it grows with its audience really, really well.
Which is the one thing that I love about the Harry Potter films is that they got the main cast when they were real young.
Yes.
So I grew up, and I was growing up with Hermione, Ron, and Harry. As they grew up, I was growing up with them in each movie.
Yeah. So I suppose it wasn't so bad for you having a crush on Emma Watson compared to 90% of the adult public that was watching the films at the time.
Dude, I still have a crush on Emma Watson.
See, it's not so bad now. Now she's adult.
It's socially acceptable now.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's not just those main three actors. It's not the surrounding cast around it. Obviously, you got Gary Oldman, who comes back as Sirius Black, and
one of my favorite characters.
Yeah,
Ray Fiennes as Voldemort.
Yes, Ray Fiennes as Voldemort. Absolutely superb.
Iconic.
Yes, such a well thought of actor as well. Is just fantastic. And then obviously two different characters playing Dumbledore because of Richard Harris passing. Yeah, I mean, you go all the way through. Robbie Coltrane as Hagrid.
Yes.
It's almost perfect casting because he is a larger than life big character.
And he brings an iconic presence and voice to Hagrid, which I didn't realize until I went back and listened to the audiobooks.
Yes.
He was the perfect Hagrid.
Yes. No, absolutely. Then obviously the foil to Harry Potter. You on the other side, you've got Draco, Tom Felton, who has made a really good career for himself outside of Potter, far more than Daniel Radcliffe or Rupert Grint has.
Yeah.
Obviously, he appeared in the Apes reboot. Was it the second one? No.
Yeah, he wasn't he?
It was the first one, wasn't it? Yes, it was the first one. He was in the Ape Sanctuary.
He was also a character on the Flash TV show, which was epic to see him return in the Flash.
Yeah, so he's managed to bring himself out of the shadow of Potter, shall we say?
Yeah.
But no, right. I'm gonna have to tie you down to one though. What's your favourite Harry Potter film then?
That one is kind of hard, but if I had to pick one, I would go back to Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah. Just
the way that Gary Oldman plays Sirius Black, and it was at a point where it was trying to go kind of darker for an older audience, but it still kept that innocent, light tone from the first two.
Yes. Yeah. No problem. I think mine's Order of the Phoenix.
That's a good one too. That's a great
Order of the Phoenix or Goblet of Fire. It's one of those two, but
Goblet of Fire is actually a very underrated Harry Potter film.
Yeah, I think it's just the competition aspect of it, and bringing that whole sort of thing into it that appeals to me.
Robert Pattinson as Cedric Diggory.
Of course.
Total surprise.
Yes, absolutely. I forgot he was in there. Would be remiss without mentioning obviously Alan Rickman as Snape appearing through the films. Absolutely, again. It was almost, I think, towards the latter end, the role was in the books was written with him in mind.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And they were saying that J.K. Rowling obviously came across and would tell him extra bits that weren't in the books, that weren't in the screenplay and everything else, just so he's got more background onto it, so he can embellish his role even more.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a really good start. We'll move on. What's the last film you watched?
The last film I watched, which was at home, was the 2018 Tomb Raider reboot movie.
Okay, with Alicia Vikander.
Yep, that's the one.
I've not seen that yet. I know sort of people are in it and around it, but I've not actually seen it yet. What's it like?
It follows the 2013 reboot game.
Oh right, because I like that. I like that game.
Yes, it follows that really closely, and it's probably the best video game movie we've had so far.
It's not saying much.
Yeah, that's not saying much. It took itself seriously, and you followed the characters, and Alicia Vikander owns the Laura Roth character. She plays her fantastically well.
Right.
Supporting cast is great. Just everything about this movie I love. It's not a perfect movie by any means, but for the video game genre, it is a step in the right direction.
Okay. It's one that I was never going to catch when it was in theatres. It's all. I mean, I don't get me wrong. My not my first, but my longest surviving acting crush was Angelina Jolie, and part and parcel of that is due to the Tomb Raider films. The 2001 went a long way to establishing her as a movie crush. But the new one I've not seen, so it's one that's. So I've got my wife looking over my shoulder now, giving me daggers and yawning motions because I'm talking about Angelina Jolie again. So we'll move away. We'll move back away from there and go back into it. Yeah, we'll crack on to that. Exactly. I've not seen this new one. It's one that I will watch when it comes through on the movie channels we get over here. So.
Oh yeah, I would definitely recommend checking this one out just for fun's sake.
Yeah. Have you played the game that it's based on then? The Rise of the Tomb Raider, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm playing the games right now. Actually, I started with Rise of the Tomb Raider, which was the second one,
right.
And now I'm going back through and playing the 2013 reboot game.
Oh right, okay. That cool. Okay.
Yeah. So fun.
Yeah. I mean, who's the director? It's got a weird old name. I can never remember his name. Raw something. If I remember rightly. Yeah. Again, it's a guy that I don't know. So, but we'll. No. Okay. I can't tell you too much about it because I don't see it. So I've not seen it. We'll move on. What's your favourite action adventure film?
Okay, so I had one beforehand, and I talked to you this off the air. The one I had before was Baby Driver.
Yep.
Because I absolutely love that movie. I watched it multiple times.
Yes.
But as I thought about it, the movie that had a lot of action that I keep going back to is Die Hard, the original Die Hard.
1988.
Bruce Willis, Alan Rickman, which we talked about him in the Harry Potter segment. Bring me my Detonatos.
Yes.
It's so over the top and so cheesy, but it's so perfect. A movie where I can just, turn my mind off, turn it on, and enjoy, Bruce Willis in his prime before he went way off the rocker and started doing horrible movies.
Yeah. The best Christmas movie of all time.
Yes, it is.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
It is the best Christmas movie of all time.
We have this in our household every year when we start saying, "Oh, watching Christmas movie, Oh, great! Watch Die Hard." The kids are a bit young for it, but I don't mind. It's
yeah.
No, obviously, it's Hans Gruber in this is I think outside of Star Wars, Hans Gruber is the best movie villain of all time.
Oh yeah, without a doubt he is. He just
there's Vader, the Emperor, Hans Gruber.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Maybe Scar.
Oh yeah, you gotta have Scar in there, but Alan Rickman plays that character so well because he does not give a shit about anything. And you can tell he just brings that nonchalant, like, I want to kill this guy, I'm not going to be intense about it, but, when I have the time, you're going down.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Just perfect cast.
Yeah. I mean, it was Bruce Willis at the time, although he was doing the Moonlighting and TV series with Sybil Shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
He was, as a movie star, he was unheard of. He was unknown. And his fee got paid $5 million for the film.
Wow.
Which
so
back in '88 for an unknown actor was they had to get permission. They had to get it approved by Rupert Murdoch, who was the Fox president at the time, still is, I suppose.
Yeah.
To pay Bruce Willis the $5 million because it was like, but. Obviously, the Nakatomi Tower is the headquarters of 20th Century Fox.
It is.
Yeah, and it charged itself the rent for the use of it when it was unfinished before they moved in for the filming of it.
And
so the tax write-off, I think.
Sorry. So for Bruce Willis being an unknown, this one movie turned him into the action star of the 80s and early 90s.
Yes.
For this one movie. It was crazy.
Absolutely. It catapulted him in amongst and around Stallone and Schwarzenegger and those guys. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
So unbelievably quotable as a film.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Absolutely. From that one to the hands, Bobby, as Hart's on, as he's on the phone to him, was it's I mean,
Cowboy.
I love the film. Obviously, we got the his partner in crime, not as such. The Sergeant Al Powell, who's in the car, below in there, played by Reginald Johnson, Reginald Johnson, or something along those lines. And a guy that turns up in the second, but doesn't turn up into the others after that, does he? He's in two.
I don't believe so.
He's in two.
Because the third one had Sam Jackson in it, because that was in New York.
Yes. Yeah, and then we get silly, so we not talk about those.
Yeah. 4, 5, and 6 we don't talk about.
No, not at all. Not at all. Are they still making the new one?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, and I hope not, because the first 3 were good.
Yeah.
Leave them be.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the only way you could do it is if you're introducing a new actor with it. So he's there, and this is what happened before Nakatomi. John McClane before Nakatomi. So this is John McClane as a beat cop.
Yeah, and what was weird is that story didn't make any sense, because what made Die Hard so great was that it was just a random cop.
Yeah.
It was a random guy.
Yes.
He was in this, situation and had to figure out a way to get out of it.
Absolutely. The premises of it is absolutely superb. It's like, I'm not here as a cop. I'm not here because of what you're doing. I'm just here to see my wife.
Don't mess with a good thing.
No, good God, no. Nominated for 4 Oscars. All of them sort of backstage ones. Visual effects, sound effects, editing, and best overall sound. Didn't win any of them, but for a film like Die Hard, that is essentially a late 80s action movie, to come up and be nominated for the Oscars just tells us how much it hit with everyone.
Oh yeah, it was a pop culture. The word I'm trying, it was known all over the world.
Yes,
because it was so much fun, and it is about the everyday guy.
Yeah,
it's not saying these superheroes, you have to have powers. No, Bruce Willis's character is just a random cop. He's your average everyday guy, and he can save a lot of people in the tower.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Okay, we'll move on. Then we'll stick with the genre types. What's your favourite horror film?
See, this one is hard because I'm such a horror movie fan.
Okay.
I love the original Halloween. I love Scream. I love Nightmare on Elm Street. Yep. But I went with something that I saw recently for the first time and absolutely fell in love with everything. And that's I can't remember the year, but it was Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Oh yes, 1980 or 81.
I want to say it's 81.
Yeah, I think it's either 80 or 81.
Nicholson.
1980. 1980.
1980.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw this movie about the first time about 2 years ago, and it still holds up as a dark, scary, intense horror movie with great character development with the character of Jack Torrance.
Yep.
And just everything about this movie, from the way it's shot with the panning of the camera angles and the music, the score that kicks in, and the slow decline state of Jack Torrance, played by Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
I forgot the girl who plays Wendy.
Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, Shelley Duvall. Yeah, perfect portrayal of Wendy. And they had a great kid actor, which is very rare, who played Danny.
Yeah, his name was actually Danny as well, Danny Lloyd. With him, because he was so young, they didn't tell him it was a horror film. They were filming.
Yeah.
They kept his parts, because none of his parts are sort of jump scare or freak or anything like that. So he had his child part and they were doing this bit, and then anything that involved the horror part, they would make sure he was off the set and out of the way and not seeing what was happening. So they filmed almost two type of films for him.
That's very smart.
Yes, yeah. As you say, it's a film that, although we're talking, 38 years? Yeah, 38 years on, is still in pop culture and is still referenced from everything from the "Here's Johnny" as he's smashed himself through the door. I mean, that scene took 3 days to make, and 60 doors. 60 doors he had to go through. Started off.
Red Rum is another big one that you hear all the time.
Yes, yeah. With those doors, the visual effects made softer doors or weaker doors to make it easier to go through. And Jack Nicholson was just absolutely smashing him because he was a trained firefighter. So he knew how to get this axe and open this door. So he was just swinging his axe out how he should be and obliterating these doors. So they had to get to. So 60 doors in 3 days just to get the "Here's Johnny" scene.
That's great.
Yeah,
that shows dedication.
Absolutely. I mean, part of that comes from Kubrick as well, who would retake just to get that perfect shot. It was at the time, Nicholson or I think it was Shirley Duvall was on there. They would finish shooting. Jack Nicholson would go back to his hotel room and literally just collapse and sleep through the night, fully clothed. He was that exhausted after a day's filming.
I bet.
Yeah, as I say, there's so many different things. Even the carpet in the hotel was matched as being the carpet in Sid's house in Toy Story.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
It's exactly the same. Toy Story has got references to The Shining in it. We've got one of Pixar's shining lights, the one that put Pixar on the map.
Yeah.
Owes part and parcel of that to The Shining. It's just phenomenal the way that
it awesome.
Weaves its way through it all.
Yeah, and like, what's cool is even some of the most obscure lines, like "all work, no play," makes Johnny a
dull boy.
Yeah, a dull boy. Like, that's a long sentence, but everybody remembers it.
Yeah. Come on, hey Hunter, we're coming up on a quiz batch, me and you soon. You have to remember these kind of things, you know. You have to remember these quotes. I will have you. Anyway, no, we'll not bring that in. We'll leave that there. Like I say, going back to that, The Simpsons. It's been referenced in The Simpsons, and one of their Halloween Havoc ones. No, that's wrestling. One of their Halloween Treehouse of Terror. Treehouse of Terrors. Has had them where basically The Simpsons do The Shining, and they've got them all frozen on the outside. It's a film that is absolutely superb and holds up now still.
Yeah, it does, which is very surprising because I didn't think it would.
Yeah.
And then I went and watched it, and it was still better today.
Yes. Although they are planning, from what I remember, a remake.
No, it's a sequel.
Is it a sequel, is it? Right,
yeah, it's based off of Stephen King's book, Dr. Sleep, which is a sequel of the Shining book.
Oh, right, okay. I'll not panic too much now then, because I was getting slightly concerned there for a little bit.
No, trust me, it's not a remake. We've already had a TV miniseries, and that one sucked, but...
Yeah. Great. That's, as I say, it's a fantastic film that touches everything, even nowadays. Right, we'll move on to the next one. Though, what's your favourite drama?
Okay, this one's probably going to be like the kid in me because I am still kind of young. But one of my favorite drama movies is actually the first Creed movie.
Okay.
Michael B. Jordan,
yeah.
Ryan Johnson directing. Just everything about that movie was so perfectly done. Because it doesn't feel like a remake. It doesn't feel like you're capturing the Rocky audience.
Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler, sorry, not Ryan Johnson. God. But it feels like it's trying to do something new, but still harkens back to what made the original Rocky so good, which was a true fighter movie with drama as the backdrop.
Yes. I mean, when I watched it, I wasn't expecting a great deal from it, I'll be honest. The tail end of the Rocky films did not hold up to where they were previously. Stallone really should have known better than to try and pull off being able to go toe to toe with heavyweight boxers in the age that he was for the Rocky Balboa film.
Which Balboa is not a bad film. I actually liked it a little bit.
It's not as bad as the one that came before
Rocky
it.
Rocky 5 was horrible.
Yeah. But going into Creed, it really surprised me because it was a very moving and touching. It in similar ways to what Force Awakens did. It touched on and had beats of the film. It was sort of replacing as it was, or tracing over with its joins back to Rocky 1, with obviously with Force Awakens and A New Hope. But without being a straight up remake of it, I really enjoyed it. Michael B. Jordan, absolutely phenomenal.
Dude, I loved him in Fruitvale Station.
Yes.
Which is another one that him and Ryan Coogler did together.
Yep.
But Creed, he upped his acting skills just a bit more, and it worked so perfectly for what they were trying to do with the script. The script is perfect in my eyes.
Absolutely. It made me appreciate Stallone as an actor again.
Oh my God, he had some great scenes.
Yes.
Especially one where he's talking about being broken down. Everyone's lost. It's after that training scene. He's talking to Michael B. Jordan's character,
Adonis.
And Adonis, and he just breaks down, and you believe it too.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, he got the best supporting actor nomination, Oscar. Became only the sixth actor to be twice nominated for an Oscar for portraying the same character.
Oh, really?
Yes. He got nominated. He got nominated in '76 for Rocky, and then nominated this one. Joined who was it? Crosby, O'Toole, Pacino, Newman, and Cate Blanchett.
Wow!
Yeah.
What a list!
Yeah. So he's done really well. The actual fight scenes, that first fight scene of his, where it was there,
one take.
Yeah, one take. That, when I realised that was what had happened, blew my mind, because that is...
Yeah, because...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go, by all means.
Because at first I didn't notice it, and then I went back and realized there's no cuts in that one fight. They pan the camera back and forth between the fight scenes, and there's no cut anywhere. That just blew my mind.
Yeah, it's. I'm at a loss for words with it. I never expected a film so new to hit on the drama beats of it, but it really is. It's not a sports movie. It's not a boxing movie. It's
a drama.
Yeah, it's Adonis coming to terms with who he is, and what, not so much he's destined to do, but what is if he focuses what he is capable of doing, what he is capable of doing in the future. It's rounded off by an absolutely fantastic Tessa Thompson as well.
Oh my God, she did amazing.
Who I had not heard of before.
Me neither.
Before Creed. Obviously here now is Valkyrie and in Ragnarok. But yeah, an absolutely phenomenal rounding cast on there. The timing of it couldn't have been better either. Obviously Stallone had been suffering, saying he didn't want to come back. He was the same age when the film was released as Burgess Meredith was when Rocky was released.
That is awesome.
It's just one of those things that just ties in perfectly.
Yeah.
To
One thing. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go.
One thing that I do want to bring up that I love is that Adonis does not want to have the Creed last name. He doesn't want to kind of like rest on his laurels, rest on his dad's name.
Yeah.
Until the final end when, Rocky tells him, this is your name. Wear it proudly. And he has that red, white, and blue jacket that has Creed on the back.
Yes.
That was perfect.
Absolutely. That's yeah. It's a great film. Did you see the trailer to the?
I did. I love it.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Yes. I mean, I was concerned when I saw they were going back to the Ivan Drago roots, and yeah, but the trailer it sold me on it. It's not that it really needed to, but it sold me on it completely.
Oh yeah, because it works so well because they tied that kind of in with the first one. Yeah. Because it showed what happened. It brought up the death of Apollo, so it all works so well. It's not like they're just going back to the drawing board and starting brand new over.
Yeah. No. Okay, that's brilliant. We'll move on then. We'll move on to another genre. What's your favourite comedy?
My favorite comedy is one that I watched when I was, I want to say 5 or 6, and I just keep going back to it. It's a parody legend, and it's by one of the greatest comedy directors, Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
That's Spaceballs.
What a film!
Spaceballs. Oh my God! I think every time I watch it that it's going to get tiresome, but no, all the jokes still work, and they work perfectly nowadays with the new Disney Star Wars movies.
Yeah. No, absolutely. As good as this is, and as what a beautiful parody it is, it won in 1987 the Stinker Bad Movies Award for Worst Picture.
No.
The precursor to the Razzies, it won the Worst Picture Award for that. But as you say, it's
a mistake.
As a Star Wars parody, my God! But it doesn't just tie in with those. Obviously, it mainly it's Star Wars. You've got Pizza the Hut, you've got Dark Helmet, Bath,
Helmet.
Yogurt using the Schwartz. It's
May the Schwartz be with you.
Maybe the Schwartz be with you. Those. It's also got alien tie-ins to it as well, because at one point you've got the little mini alien doing the cabaret on the bar.
Yeah. It takes everything about science fiction movies and turns it on its head.
Yes.
Which is like another parody movie I love is Scary Movie, the first one. That's what the first one did so well, was it took the horror genres, took all the tropes, and turned it on their head, just like Spaceballs did.
Yeah. No, it's...
Rick Moranis as Dark Helmet was the best casting.
Oh, God, yes. You couldn't get any more opposite in physicality. From you got 7 foot tall, 6'7" or whatever it was, David Prowse in the Darth Vader suit, with James Earl Jones's voice. It's perfect for Darth Vader. And then you've got little Rick Moranis in an oversized helmet, whose voice is only deep because he's got the mask down. When the mask comes up, yeah.
I can't breathe in this thing.
Yeah. It's. I mean,
one of my favorite lines.
No. Go.
My favorite lines of that is this whole sequence when they're like, "Comb the desert."
Yes.
People with long combs.
Massive. The guy's got a massive afro comb as they're pulling it down through there.
Yeah. And then the random black guy, "We ain't found shit."
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean,
and then you've got Dark Helmet talking about why bad guys always win because good guys are stupid.
Yes. I mean, my favourite part in it is, or one of my favourite sequence of lines is when Colonel Sanders and Dark Helmet are talking about when something happens. This is what the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Now. You're looking at now. Everything that's happened now is happening now. Well, what happened to then? We passed then. When? Just now. We're now at now. We'll go back to then. When? Now. Now. I can't. Why? We missed it. When? It just...
It keeps going.
A brain frying joke after joke after joke after comedy after comedy after comedy. And if you hit that first beat, you are in stitches lying on the floor by the end of that scene hits. Yes. Before you know... before you know there's something you should know about us. What? I'm your father's, mother's, nephew's, cousin's former roommate. It plays so perfectly on the wrist.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yes.
Another Mel Brooks comedy that I love is Young Frankenstein. I wish I had a chance to put it on here, but
yeah,
it's one of my absolute favorites. Mel Brooks is just a comedy genius.
Absolutely. I mean, there's this. I mean, I really love Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's my favourite Robin Hood film, bar none.
Oh yeah.
It's just who is Princess Vesper in this? Daphne, I can never remember her surname. But the introduction of her when she's there and she's and everyone thinks to just ignore him, but she takes off the bagel headphones to make her look like Leia before. It's just, it's. I'm gonna have to watch this film again.
Everything works so, and then the ending with Pizza the Hut eating himself.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to ludicrous speed. It's again, as with all Mel Brooks films, it's so quotable.
Oh yeah, John Candy gives a legendary performance. You know,
yes,
the dude was a great comedian, and this was one of his best, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Right, I'm going to have to move on because otherwise I'm going to have to end up stopping and putting the film on so I can watch it again. I've forgotten how much I enjoy talking about it and how much I love that film.
A good movie.
Right, name a film that makes you happy.
This one was actually real easy because I keep going back to this movie and it makes me smile every time. That is Aladdin.
Oh yes.
It's just something. I grew up with Aladdin. I grew up watching Aladdin. I wore the DVDs out because I just kept repeating it.
Yes.
Robin Williams as the genie is the best voice in a cartoon I've ever heard, or an animated movie I've ever heard.
Yep.
He brings so much energy and fun and excitement to that character, and you know, every time I watch it, I have a smile on my face.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, it's. I think it's my number 2 in Pixar's.
Oh yeah.
No, sorry, no, it's not Pixar, is it? Sorry, in Disney.
It's Disney.
It's my number 2 in Disney, and it's right up there with Jungle Book.
Oh, Jungle Book is so good too.
Those two really do just flip between each other as to which one. But it's all on Robin Williams. It's all on Robin Williams. If not for his performance, that I think it falls flat. I don't think you can get another person to play the genie as well, which is why I'm really worried about Will Smith taking on the role in the remake.
See, I'm not, because I feel like Will Smith, anybody, can bring that same energy that Robin Williams did. Will Smith is a very charismatic character, and that will really resonate off the screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's going to be as best as Robin Williams, because no one can be as great as Robin Williams, but I feel like he can bring that energy that we're looking for in the genie.
Yeah. Okay. One thing I am really quite pleased that they've come up against is they've actually gone for a character playing Aladdin who is ethnically right, rather than the
Yeah.
Scott Weinger, I think, voiced him in the
Yeah.
animated one. So it's that they were not so culturally sensitive, I think, when doing the voices on this lot in here. It's for a film that's set in Arabia, I think every single one is a white bloke or woman in it. It's yeah, when you look back, it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Iago in this is another one that I absolutely adore as a character, and
he
even
was
even more
good.
so in the sequels as well. He stands out. He's good
I
in
haven't.
this. The sequels, the second one's okay.
It is.
After that, I mean, all the sequels are straight to DVD, or straight to video when I watch them. That's how long ago it is that I've been alive. But Gilbert Gottfried as Iago.
Yep.
Yeah, just the comic.
Yeah, got free.
Yes. Won 2 Oscars. Best Original Song for A Whole New World, and score by Alan Menken. They're nominated for Best Sound, Sound Effects, Editing, and Friend Like Me nomination as well.
Well deserved for Friend
Yes.
Like Me. That's a great song I could just put on and listen to over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
It's so catchy.
Yes. Yeah, and it introduces the genie
The genie.
so well.
Mr. Aladdin, sir.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, absolutely. So I take it, but this is the one that makes you happy. Is this the one that's up there as your top Disney?
I have it as my second. The first will always be The Lion King,
Right.
because that just hit me in the right time when I was the right age.
Yeah.
And it was still such a great animated movie, one of the best in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Right. Okay. We've done the film that makes you happy. Let's take us everyone down a notch or two. We've been from Spaceballs to Aladdin, and keep us all on a nice happy high. Give me a film that makes you sad.
This one makes me sad and mad at the same time,
Okay.
because I watched this movie when I was taking my criminal justice classes in high school.
Right.
So it's Fruitvale Station,
Okay.
and the fact that it was based on a true event, they showed camera footage in the movie, and it hits me emotionally, and it also gets me really mad.
Yeah.
Like, it just ends up pissing me off, because there could have been so many ways that the police could have handled that situation, and just like today, I'm not going to get political, but it still has a great message today.
Yes.
And that movie is even more powerful today.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Ryan Coogler as the director straight out the bat with this, and then from this to Creed, and then from Creed to Black Panther. I don't think there's been a 1, 2, 3 films out the block that have hit so hard, so well, and so successfully, critically, more so with Fruitvale Station than monetarily. But once you get to the other two, he's knocked it out of the park. He's 3 for 3, and grand slams each one. So,
yeah, it's just crazy. Him and Michael B. Jordan are like, alright, hold on. They're like the equivalent of Scorsese and DiCaprio.
Yes. Yeah.
Because every time they're together, they make magic.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I've not seen Fruitvale Station. I've heard about it. It was brought up by someone on a previous episode as well, so that's why I know a few bits about it. It just because obviously it's a massive it's without sounding callow, it was an American news story. over here, it didn't. It didn't catch on with mainstream media. I didn't hear about it until reading about the film. I don't remember ever seeing it in the theatres over here. So that's my holding my hand up and saying that's why I've missed this really important, culturally significant film. I will get round to watching it at one point. It is on my list as one to see.
Yeah, trust me though, it's not a movie you can go back and rewatch, but it's a very well done movie. Mm-hmm. But it's the one that hits you so hard that it's hard to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, I can imagine, and I need to get myself a list of what everybody's answers have been on here, because I'm having films that are coming up of and I'm thinking, oh yeah, someone's mentioned that before. Who's mentioned it? And I'm like, I think you're number 21 that's been on here now. So there's not that many, but I really should remember. But it's whoever it was. When you're listening and you're screaming into your podcast now, saying it's me. I'm sorry, I forgot. Okay, right. We'll pull ourselves out of the doldrums and something a little bit happier. A film that you know practically the entire script of.
Okay, this one again showing my age, but if it's not Spaceballs, it's got to be Deadpool.
Oh yes.
Deadpool is it's kind of like Spaceballs, and it's really quotable. Like a lot of the jokes I remember, like Colossus talking to Deadpool. I'm taking you to the professor. Which one, McAvoy or Stewart? This timeline is so confusing. Or the when he's holding him by his hand, he's like, "Hey, have you guys seen 127 Hours?" Spoiler alert.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of my favourite ones there is when when they get to the X-Mansion, and he says, "Oh, how is only you pair here?" Almost as if we've not got the budget to afford anybody else, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's
superhero landings.
Yes. Yeah. This is one where I am pretty sure Zach Ford had this on his most overrated film.
Really?
Pretty sure it was last week we had this down as its overrated film. Yeah.
You are wrong, sir.
I mean, yeah, it's the beauty of this and the beauty of these lists is everything is subjective. Yes, I'll call people out if I think they got them wrong, but at the end of the day, it's their opinion. So
yeah. But I'm just joking.
No, I did tell him he was wrong anyway. It was a fantastic way to freshen up the superhero genre as well.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously the three franchises that you've got, the X-Men, the MCU, and the DCEU, have all gone sort of their own ways. With the DCEU being the dark, gritty, based in reality. How can you call a superhero film based in reality? But yeah, the MCU being we're playing the long game. We're going 10 years, 19 films, one story, and you got the X-Men with this and the multiple actors and the timelines that they don't really care about a timeline and what's canon and what's not. Yeah, absolutely. But the way that Deadpool crossed all three of them was absolutely fantastic. He riffs on his own Ryan Reynolds' own misgivings and failures.
Oh my god!
Please don't make the super suit animated or green.
Green or animated.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. As you say, look, superhero landing.
Yeah. Or like one of the best lines that no one talks about is in that same scene in the waryard in the junkyard where Negasonic Teenage Warhead knocks Angel Dust into the, I guess it's like a building or whatever, and Deadpool just goes, "Man, I feel sorry for the guy who tried to press her into prom sex."
Yeah. One thing that always makes me laugh about that is they never mention it because they've not got permission for it, but they're fighting on a helicarrier.
Yeah, they're fighting on the helicarrier too.
They're fighting on a helicarrier from goddamn Marvel. And
one of the best.
Yeah.
The best long drawn out scene is at the end when Deadpool's holding the gun to Francis, and Colossus is just trying to pull him to the light side. He just blows him off anyway, and then Colossus is up there throwing up, and it's metallic color throw up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
so perfect.
Yeah, I love the film. It freshened up the superhero genre. What did you think to the second? What did you think to the sequel?
Oh, I love the sequel. I don't know if I like the sequel more than I do the original, but yeah. I think it's close up there for me. It was so good in the post-credits scene. I'm not going to ruin anything for you guys, but
yeah.
It was so perfect.
It's definitely a sequel where if you like the first, you'll like the second.
You'll love the second, yeah. And not to mention, without Deadpool being so successful, we might not have gotten a rated R Logan movie.
Yeah.
Because they were pushing for Logan to be PG-13 until they saw that Deadpool could be so successful and the rated R comic book genre could be successful.
Yeah, I mean, Logan didn't need to be R-rated anyway. It could have been PG-13 and be just as successful and just as good.
Yeah.
I think they realised after Deadpool, it's not going to affect the box office being R. Oh, let's do it then. But they did it just because they could do it, not because the story, the Deadpool story, without it being R rating, is not Deadpool. Deadpool needed an R rating. Logan did not need to be R rated. The storyline did not dictate it.
Yeah.
But
even though I do feel like if Deadpool was PG-13, you could have a lot of funny segments with him being bleeped out and then acknowledging the bleeps to like the people at Fox.
Yes.
You could do something funny like that, but Deadpool is a character that needed to be rated R. But I do feel like if you were going to go out with Logan, let him go out in his rage-filled, blood-filled Logan style.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Logan anyway, so maybe that's my bias coming into it. Okay, right. We'll move on. We'll crack on then. We'll get to the halfway point now. Who's your favourite director?
This one's going to be a very common answer, but I've got to go with him. Steven Spielberg.
Yes. One of three that could always be classed as being the correct answer.
The correct answer.
Yeah.
Just
go.
The fact that he's done so many different movies.
Yes.
He's done drama. He's done war epics. He's done comedy. He's done fantasy. He's done he's done everything, and they all work so well.
Absolutely. One of the few guys to actually be able to make a good Stephen King adaptation.
Yeah, because he did. Oh my God, Shawshank Redemption, correct?
Yes.
No. Did he?
Did he do Shawshank? No, he didn't do Shawshank. Oh my God.
No, Green Mile.
That's the one.
The Green Mile. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
He's got an incredible catalogue of films. Obviously, Jaws, his second feature film, inventing the blockbuster.
Yep. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes. I mean, time after time. E.T., Jurassic Park, Saving Private Ryan. Yeah,
Ready Player One, which is one that I would put up in at least the top 5 or 6.
Yeah, Ready Player One, I really enjoyed. I wasn't quite sure where I was going to fall on that, because I really like the film. I really like the book. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's I enjoyed it. It's definitely an adaptation rather than a straight.
It is.
Make of it. But yes, Spielberg is him, Coppola, Scorsese. I think are the three that are up there as being if you although there's never a wrong answer. Those three are the top 3 working directors. I would
put the 3 I had in mind were Spielberg, Nolan and Tarantino.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of the, as I say, the beauty of that's a conversation for a different podcast.
Oh yeah,
but and you say that he's done so many different films that, but that he's able to do them sort of at the same time. Schindler's List and Jurassic Park. He was editing
right around the same year.
Yeah, editing Jurassic Park while filming Schindler's List. And then again with Amistad and Lost World Jurassic Park. They were the same year. The two polar opposite films. But he's able to compartmentalise himself. So he's able to make these two absolutely stunning and again significant films and do all that. I mean, one of my favourite of all time is E.T. I mean, the first film that ever made me cry.
E.T. is so good.
Yeah. But I mean, he's not without his misgivings.
No, I mean, no director's perfect.
No.
But I feel like he's had the less mistakes of a few other directors who's had the career that he had, spending years and years and years.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, the only ones really. I mean, people take a dump on the Terminal.
Terminal was okay to me.
Yeah. The worst one out of the entire bunch for me is not 1941, because I quite enjoyed that. It's not his best work, but for what it is my kind of humour in it. His absolute stinker is Kingdom of the Crystal Skull for me.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's just.
I agree.
I'm so hoping that 5, when it comes out, just wipes over. Have him coming out of a shower, play the last bit of it, and then have him coming out of a shower as if it's never happened. Do a whole Dallas and Bobby out of Dallas on. God, I'm giving you a reference. You probably weren't even born when that thing in Dallas happened. I just realised. I've aged myself massively there with that. Yeah, let's just ignore the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull never happened, and when 5 comes out, sorry, it's it does it.
Might as well be 4 because Crystal Skull didn't count.
No, absolutely. I mean, he got announced recently that he was doing a World War One film with. Oh God, who was he working
DC.
with? No, it was another one. It was 1917. It was announced this week or last week.
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh God, who was he working with? Someone really. Oh, that's going to annoy me now. Yeah. Oh God, who was it? But yeah, it was a World War One film that he was working with Sam Mendes. That's it. Him and Sam Mendes are working together.
Wow.
Yeah, to do a World War One of when obviously the World War One started in 1914, but the US joined in 1917, and it's all about when the Americans joined World War One. So
yeah, and then also, as we brought up before, he's also supposedly working on a DC film for the DCEU.
Yes, is it Black Hawks?
Yeah, Black Hawks.
Yes.
Which is, if he's going to do a comic book movie, a superhero movie, this is the perfect one for him to do. Yeah. The war epic he always knocks out of the park.
Absolutely. Not one that don't give him one of the Holy Trinity, a Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman.
No.
He doesn't need that. He doesn't need to touch anyone that's a superhero film. Let him have his taste.
Even though a Steven Spielberg Wonder Woman movie would be interesting.
Yeah. If you're going to give him one of those, I'd like to see him give him something along the lines of Nightwing. Give him grown up Robin to do. And
definitely.
Story. But yeah. Okay, we'll move on, because you're going to say you're hitting all these all the right beats of ones that can make me talk and talk and talk. What's your favourite film from your childhood?
Alright, so this one is very It's between two, and I've already talked about one, so I'm going to the other one, The Lion King.
Oh yes, what a film!
The Lion King hit me as I said before, in an age where I needed this movie.
Yeah.
And it taught me so many lessons, and I learned so much from that movie.
I was miles away then. I was just trying to get myself a drink. It hit me. I mean, when was this 98? Lion King?
I believe it was 96.
96? I went the wrong way with it. Yes, of course it was. Actually, no. Oh, anyway, yeah, it's early. This is my favourite animated film of all time. Without beyond the shadow of a doubt, it tops everything for me. It caught me perfectly. I must have been late teens, early 20s when this came out. If this was 96, I was 21. There you go. That's really aged me now.
I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, thanks. Makes me feel really good. God, I'm going to stop telling people how old I am when I'm doing this. I'm just going to the mystical objects that are always of a certain age.
Yeah, like The Lion King hit me when I first watched it when I was around 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So it hit me at that time where I was watching it constantly. It was that and Aladdin back and forth.
Yeah.
For days on end, I would go back and watch over and over and over again. I just love the playful characters of like Simba and Mufasa, James Earl Jones,
Absolutely.
the voice of Mufasa.
Yes.
A great villain in Scar. Just everything works so well for this movie.
Again, Jeremy Irons, the voice of that is
Jeremy Irons
nailed, absolutely nailed on with it. Yeah. And despite the fact that it's Disney's Hamlet, essentially.
Yeah.
Disney's Shakespeare on the Serengeti.
Pretty much what it is.
Yeah, you got Timon and Pumbaa bringing absolutely perfect comedy relief.
And, you know, going back, I was like, well, these characters might get annoying on my, when I'm older. No, their comedy still works so well.
Yeah, absolutely, because
And
their wordplay on it. Their wordplay on their jokes as well brings it perfectly into it. As what's eating you? Nothing. He's top of the food chain. As you're a kid, you don't really get that. You
don't.
Yeah, it's when you're the adult sitting there next to them. It's the whole. I get that reference. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Hakuna Matata.
What a wonderful phrase.
Full phrase.
Yeah, I mean Whoopi Goldberg as Shenzi the hyena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the hyenas.
Yeah, the leader of the three hyenas. That scene where it's there and this is Mufasa and she gives us shivers, and that for me is one of my favourite sections in there, because they bring out sort of the hyena attitude and how hyenas are supposed to act, but it's still a kid's film and he's still laughing at them, and it's a perfectly funny part of it. It's it's won 2 Oscars. Again, original song and original score. The song was "Can You Feel the Love Tonight,"
that's a good one.
Which almost got cut from the film in the original cut of the film. It wasn't in. And John begged and borrowed and whatever to get it into the film. Obviously, then wins the Oscar. If it wasn't in it, Circle of Life would have won anyway, because that was nominated for that one as well.
It was.
And nominated for Hakuna Matata as well. So Elton John and Tim Rice, they almost hit soundtrack perfection. With it.
And we can't talk about The Lion King and not bring up the most tragic, sad death of all time in movie history.
It hits me every time.
I know. Even today, it hits me. And I was like 7 or 8. I was devastated.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Now this is one where the live action remake I am really looking forward to, because Favreau.
Yeah, me too.
Favreau knocked Jungle Book out the park.
He did a great job on that one.
Yes.
The only thing was you also had a human character in there. I want to see what he can do with all CGI characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I believe this will be the first live action movie that'll be all done in CGI with CGI characters.
Yes. Yeah. It's
you can't have human characters in the Lion King live action.
Good God, no. There is no need for them.
There's not.
There should not be. I mean, there's not. I mean, the only way you could possibly put anyone in, if they were ever going to, is to make Rafiki a human.
Oh God, please no.
But please God, no. You're right. It's.
Please don't.
Yeah. I mean, the cast are going for there. They've absolutely nailed it so far. You got Donald Glover as Simba.
Oh really?
Yep. Seth Rogen's Pumbaa.
That is perfect.
Yep. Yeah. If you're, I mean, you look at Pumbaa as he is drawn in the original, and you think Seth.
That's Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Chiwetel Ejiofor is playing Scar.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, James Earl Jones is coming back as Mufasa, which I think is perfect.
Yes.
My only slight concern is over Nala, and that's Beyonce.
I'm not mad at that. If you're doing voice acting, voice talent,
she's not. As long as it's not. Yeah, she's not going to act. So maybe it's not too bad. But John Oliver is Zazu. I love John Oliver. I mean, as a Brit that's gone over to America and made it good. But he's got used to have a really, really good podcast called The Bugle. I don't think I know who that is. I'm sorry.
Oh,
he did the is it one of the late shows or The Week Tonight, The Week Today, or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it. I think on HBO now.
Yes. Yeah. That was Last Week Tonight, it was called.
Yeah.
He's a really, really funny dude.
Yeah.
And he was on the Late Show as well.
I watched one of his things on HBO. One of his the late night shows.
Yes. Yeah. He's a really, really funny dude. You can say he's a Brit that's gone over there, but yeah. Okay, fantastic. I think we might scoot over this one quite quickly the next episode, but we'll just to finish it. What's your favourite animated film?
Oh, it's Aladdin.
Yep.
It's Aladdin.
It's Aladdin. There's nothing more we need to say on this.
We've already talked about that.
Yeah, we've already talked about that for about 40 minutes. So, right, we'll
I can do a full podcast on Aladdin.
Yeah, no, don't. Each of these questions, I could quite easily do a 25, 30-minute podcast on asking one person one question. I'll let you a little peek behind the curtain on this. The podcast started, it was 25 questions. Okay.
Oh wow.
When I first did it, it was 25 questions, and when I first started doing it, I had the idea of each podcast lasting around about an hour, somewhere around those parts, and it was going to an hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes with the 25 questions. I said, well, you know what, I'll trim 5 questions off of it. So they knocked it down to the 20. And ever since then, every single one has been somewhere around about the hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes. I've even had one last over 2 hours. I'm like, I've trimmed the questions, but all I do is just talk about them more now. So
yeah.
But there we
Give
go.
us more reason to talk about movies.
Yeah, it just gives me an excuse. Once I start talking, I just can't stop anyway. So as long as people listen to me, I'll keep going.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. We'll jump on. What's your favourite quote from any film?
Okay, I had to write this one down, but I'm going to say it real quick. We've all got both light and dark inside of us. What matters is the part we choose to act on. That's who we really are. That's Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Sirius Black talking to Harry Potter.
Yeah. No. really, really good quote. As you say, for a kids film, which is essentially what they are, they've got some really, really good sort of takeaway parts with it. It was just, I could do that for myself. That is talking to me about how I need to be. J.K. Rowling with her writing really, really did nail it.
Her writing was beautiful. And what's cool about this line is not only does it work so well in the movie, because Harry's going through that big dilemma, everything like that, but it's just a great quote in general to live your life by. We all have light and dark inside of us. It's the one that we choose to act on. That's who we really are.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's just so beautiful.
No, without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, we'll jump on then, because I'm quite wary of the time as well, even on this one already. What's your favourite, who is your favourite actor or actress?
Again, another very tough one, but I went with someone who I watched their movies over and over and over again and actually love them. That's Tom Hanks.
And again, it's while there's no right or wrong answer, this has been more often than not an answer that is given. So you can't. Again, a fantastic catalogue of films.
Oh my God! Like Castaway, Toy Story. Those movies should not be in the same category of the same genre, but they both are great because Tom Hanks brings a lot to the performance.
Yes, no, without a shadow of doubt, his range, as you say, his range is just through the roof. From the school teacher in Saving Private Ryan.
Yep.
He's the lead character in a war film, but he's not a soldier. At no point do you think this is a guy that can storm this and go through the way. He's got the part of him that's so vulnerable.
But Hanks is like, at first you don't believe it, but at the end of the movie, Hanks' performance makes you believe.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you've got movies like Big, which is a great, just fun movie to watch.
Yes.
And the range on this guy is so crazy.
Yeah, he's to be able to go from as you say from Splash, the Man in the One Red Shoe. Oh God, what was it? Yeah, you say Big was the one that really sort of launched him onto it.
Yeah.
To go from that and being sort of the rom-commy type, comedy-ish type actor, to now he's Mr. Movie Star. He's one of few people I think who can still open a movie on name.
Yes, he's the last big name draw.
Yes, yeah. I think there's maybe four. I mean, there's him, Cruise.
Yep.
Maybe Will Smith. Maybe. I think he's dropped off a little bit. And The Rock.
The Rock is definitely a big one.
Yeah. Apart from that, I don't think there's many actors that can open, irrelevant of what the film is. Tom Hanks in.
Yeah.
I'll walk to the shop to get a pint of milk. Will get.
Yep. And a Oscar nom.
Yeah. Tom Hanks sitting on a beach talking to a volleyball.
Yep. He can do it.
Yeah.
And you care about Wilson. You care about Wilson.
Yeah. The only guy I know that could turn getting an inanimate object into. I'm sure if they could have done, they'd have given that goddamn volleyball an Oscar nomination.
They would. Well earned.
Yeah. I mean, he's responsible for so many iconic roles. Buzz Lightyear, Forrest Gump.
Well, he wasn't Buzz. He was Woody.
So of course he was. What am I talking? Yeah.
Sorry.
No. In my defence, it's 11:20 at night here.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm all right. You had Ryan Johnson directing Fruitville Station.
Yep. Yep.
And I've got
That
Tom
was
Hanks
my
playing
mistake.
Buzz Lightyear. Okay.
That was my mistake. Oh my
You know
god.
that part where I said I don't do any editing?
Yep.
So we've got we've got Tom Hanks playing Woody, and he's from Woody, Forrest Gump, Jim Lovell in Apollo 13, Captain Miller
Apollo
Saving
13
Private
is so
Ryan.
good.
Yeah, he's such a As far as I'm concerned, it's the right answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's the right answer. I mean, even Dark into Road to Perdition and playing.
Oh my god, the
Playing
sudden
Hitman.
change.
Yes, I mean, his role before that was Castaway.
Yeah.
He did a couple of episodes in Band of Brothers, I think, which was sort
Did
of
he?
like, he was an officer. He did a couple of episodes. It's literally, it was a HB. Yeah, obviously just a couple of episodes in there. Not a big role in there. Wasn't recurring through it.
Yeah.
But then he came back after 2 years out of not being in a film to Road to Perdition, and that is such a change in role from it.
Yeah.
I love that. That's another one I really, really like. It's just a dark and comic book film.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's based off of a DC graphic novel.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. I mean, then he goes on from there to Catch Me If You Can, which again changes again.
Yeah. And then in this one, The Post, he was way different in The Post.
Yeah, that's another one I've not seen. Yet. It's but yeah.
It's okay. It's one of his, like, he puts a great performance. The movie behind it is kind of iffy, but it's a great movie. Him, Meryl Streep, can't do wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah, those two in a film, there you go. Oscar nominations guaranteed, isn't it?
Yep.
Again, he's another one that's not without his missteps. Although I don't think you can really blame him for them.
You can't blame him. No.
You've got the likes of Cloud Atlas.
Yeah. Again, he puts a great performance in Cloud Atlas.
Yes.
It's just not a great movie.
Yeah. What was the other one? I mean, you've got the Dan Brown trilogy, Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, and with trilogy. I'm thinking.
I didn't like Da Vinci Code, actually. I thought that the first Da Vinci Code was an okay movie. The second and third ones were not good, but the first one was okay.
Yeah. The first, I mean, I've read the books. I'd read the books before the films came out, so I knew where it was. But no, a good shot. Again, I can't argue with these. You're picking the right ones. Right, we've got to the one that causes some fun. It's generally one that I get ready to slap people down with and jump down the throats on it. So,
Here you go.
what's your most overrated film?
You're gonna be arguing me, but it's Avatar.
Oh, I'm not arguing with you at all. It's the correct answer.
Oh, Avatar. When I first saw it, it was okay. When I went back, I just didn't like it even more because it is such a rip-off of other great movies.
It's Gully in 3D.
And it is. And Sam Worthington was horrible as the main lead.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The movie's not terrible, but it does not deserve to be the #1 box office record of all time.
Yeah, I mean that somehow managed to hit the zeitgeist with the public, and maybe it was the 3D.
It definitely had to do with the 3D because 3D is way more expensive.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe it was that. I mean, I love Sigourney Weaver in films, but not even she can save this. Zoe Saldana, again, since this, she's gone and had some absolutely phenomenal roles. But it's not. As you say, it's just a rip. how the hell is he going to get 5 sequels out of this?
I don't know, and apparently he wants to do 5 sequels starting next year, which we've heard that for the past 5 years straight.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps moving them because, I mean, it was originally going up against Force Awakens when he moved it, but then again, he's not even started production, so how was he going to hit one? I mean,
yeah.
in its defence, it's won 3 Oscars. It won 3 Oscars in 2010.
Yeah.
Cinematography, visual effects, understandable, and art direction. And it got nominated for Best Picture as well, which is an absolute joke.
I don't know how.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll go trivia question. What's the name of the planet? Hello? Oh, you're there. Yeah, he's thinking.
Navi.
No, that's the people. It's Pandora.
Navi.
It's Pandora.
It's Navi, right?
Navi is the name of the people.
Oh,
the planet is
Pandora.
Pandora. Oh, you gotta know these things. You gotta know these things. If you want to come and take me on in trivia, you have to know these questions.
We're doing geekdom. We're doing geekdom.
Yeah, I suppose so.
We're doing geekdom. I'm fine.
Yeah, okay. No, look, I can't argue with this at all. It is. I mean, there's been week after week after week of people who come up with this. Okay, overrated, right, okay. Well, I was going to go for Avatar, but everyone goes for Avatar, and it is overrated, so I'm going for something else instead. Every single week that's been heard, it is the correct answer. Avatar is overrated. And
Avatar is so overrated.
Yes, yeah. The one saving grace in it is Stephen Lang, who I don't think is put in a bad performance. Him in Lights Out. Did you see that?
Oh, I saw Lights Out, and I love Lights Out.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my god, he was freaky in that movie.
Yes.
He was so creepy.
That's one. They're doing a sequel to that, aren't they? I'm sure I've heard they're doing a sequel to it.
I don't know if I want a sequel to it because I feel like the movie ended perfectly, but
yeah. But,
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, right. We'll flip it on its head though. We'll go. What's your most underrated film?
All right, I'm not sure if this is gonna really count as underrated, but to me it is because I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it. Baby Driver. I know critics gave it great reviews, but people outside of the critic community, didn't go and see this movie, and it was so worthwhile. It was such a great movie. I wish more people outside the movie community would go and see this movie.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I really enjoyed it. It got nominated for 3 Oscars, so it's not that underrated.
I'm saying more people I wish would have saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
That movie didn't make its money back at the theaters at all.
Yeah. No, I mean it was 175 million worldwide.
Yeah.
Total. So it's a film that made money. It's $34 million budget, so it made money. Yeah, it's probably one that it's definitely not got the love it deserved. It's not talked about as being up in the upper echelons of one. I mean, for me, the opening scene, where he's singing along or dancing along, and the credits are going up, and the credits are appearing on the wall and on the floor, and in the film, and that first car chase just sets the tone perfectly.
That opening part was so much fun, and you're right, it sets the tone perfectly for the movie we're going to see.
Yes. Which
is high action, high comedy, just such a fun summer movie.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of my favourite parts in it. I mean, it highlights the director Edgar Wright perfectly. Is when they're planning the job and they're all around the table, and the hero, not be named, is at the head of the table there, telling everyone what they're doing, and Baby's there with his headphones on, and he's doing the finger drums and all this lot, and Jay Fox turns around and says, one question, what's going on with him? He's not and he takes his headphones out and he's like,
and he repeats
bang, 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 and repeats it all off. Puts his headphones back on, puts his sunglasses on, and goes back to leading them.
Yeah.
Highlight Edgar Wright's style of writing and style of directing absolutely perfectly, because that dialogue scene is just brilliant.
Could I say one more that I think is underrated?
Okay, by all means.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World, another Edgar Wright movie.
Yeah, okay. Again, that's another one. I don't normally argue with people on the underrated ones. I'm agreeing with you on the overrated. I'm arguing with him. Got a very hardcore fan base. It's not one that's transferred over into mainstream. But I don't think it was written. I don't think it was made for the mainstream.
Yeah, I can see that. But to me, underrated. I look at underrated as something that either I think more people should check out.
Yeah.
That haven't checked it out before, or something that didn't make the money that I feel like it should have, because it's such a great movie.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Like I say, again, it's brought up many times. All these answers are they're your list. It's your list. It's up there. Yeah. Okay.
This next one.
Give me a film that you like that no one would expect.
Alright, here we go. I am a huge fan of Mean Girls.
Right, I just need to clip that, so when we're halfway through our trivia match, I could just start playing that on a loop when you're trying to think of a question.
Dude!
Okay,
I am such a huge fan of this movie.
Yep. It's okay. I don't think I've seen it.
You've never seen Mean Girls?
I don't think I have.
Check it out, dude. It's well worth it. Directed by Tina Fey. Has Tina Fey in the movie. Starring Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams. It's such a fun high school comedy.
Yeah. That
goes way over the top. That's so funny. So many quotable lines like, "Where's Glen Coco? You go, Glen Coco." It's just, the movie is so funny and it's so off the top, and there's something that Tina Fey would do.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect movie, but oh my god, do I love rewatching it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I know about it. It's obviously I've heard of it. Obviously, you can't get this.
Yeah.
You can't and all this and watch watch shows, and listen to the podcast without hearing about it.
Yeah.
I generally don't think I've sat down and watched it. I keep getting. I had in my when you said this, I realised now I had in my head Legally Blonde when you were talking when you first said this. It's but that's just maybe I'm tired.
I don't like Legally Blonde.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Come on then. So why what is it about this that hits so well with you? I'm intrigued.
Well, again, I watched it when I was going into high school.
Yep.
Right around 12, about 13, I think. And just, they portray the high school so well with the different cliques, and, you've got the group of friends over here like the jocks and the goths and stuff like that. And that's actually how it is. You have your clique of friends. And just the way it was over the top, and because it is kind of this goofy comedy, that it does work so well. It's never a dull moment. It's just so much fun, joke after joke, that I see myself keep going back to it and rewatching it just to have fun.
Okay. Hey, as you say, it's fantastic. Right. What's your favourite classic film?
Okay, so this one I have two, but the main one, which was The Wizard of Oz, 1939. Judy Garland, Wizard of Oz.
The film that Julie Garland plays a serial killer in.
Yep. Yep, pretty much.
Where she decides to wipe out two sisters from the same family. First by dropping a house.
With hot water.
Yep. Yep. Melts one, drops a house on the other, steals the shoes.
Yep. She's a criminal, isn't she?
She is. So absolutely. Look, she admittedly she got swept up in a storm and brought to a different land, but the house dropped on the Wicked Witch of the East. Okay, the Wicked Witch is not a very good name.
Yeah.
She was doing nothing. She was minding her own business. Dorothy dropped a house on her, stole her shoes, and then went after her. No one in the West is angry.
And proceeded to murder the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah. No wonder the Wicked Witch of the West is angry. She just killed her older sister.
What is this, like the Maleficent version, where the Wicked Witch is actually the hero of the story?
Look, I'm just giving you the truth. I'm just giving you the facts. Just the facts. That's all that's happened.
Yep. But
no, sorry. In all seriousness, yeah, she is a serial killer. No.
Yep. And no. Speaking of serial killers, my other one was Psycho. That transition.
Yeah. No. We'll stick with Wizard of Oz. We'll give Wizard of Oz its due desserts.
Yeah.
1939, classic. Doesn't do it justice.
It's
absolutely fantastic. Starting in black and white. And then obviously colour only comes in once she's swept away.
That was the first major movie to have color.
I believe so.
Which, again, I watch this film all the time. It's something that I might go back and watch. Just on a random day, we'll put on Wizard of Oz because it's such a good family movie, even though she is a murderer, but let the family watch.
Yeah, it's the way as well that they obviously the Scarecrow, the Cowardly Lion, Tin Man. They're the actors that are in her family. So when they come back and when she wakes up again after having her head knocked on the head and she wakes back in black and white, the Scarecrow's Hung, the Cowardly Lion is Z, the Tin Man is Hickory. Those guys that she recognises and she loved from being her companions in Oz, they're there, and that's so. Yeah, it gives you the twist of, did this happen, or was she just knocked on the head during the tornado, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. And what's cool about it is, or what makes it so good, is that it has a message of there's no place like home. Mm-hmm. Don't take your family for granted. You know, home is the place to be, which is a very great message to send to little kids, especially when they're at that age where they can really learn and really process that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. The ruby slippers that are iconic from there were due to be silver.
Yep.
But I think they wanted to take advantage of the fact that, look, this is colour now. Let's just get nice and bright and sparkly and spangly.
Well.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll not mention the absolute nightmare, The Wiz, as the sequel.
Come on. Michael Jackson in The Wiz.
Yeah, we'll not bring that up. Although I actually did quite like Oz the Great and the Powerful with James Franco.
I did too. James Franco, yeah.
Yes, I actually quite enjoyed that. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. As a prequel, as prequels go.
Yeah. It's not a bad movie.
Yeah. This is The Wizard of Oz is something that quite easy and falls into the category of a Sunday afternoon film.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Where it's on, you've had your lunch and you can just sit back, put your feet up and just zone out and watch.
Yeah. It's a movie where it doesn't require for you to pay attention that much.
No.
but you can put it on and enjoy it for what it is.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Right. We're getting towards the end there. What's your film with the best soundtrack?
Okay, so I interpreted this as what movie uses the soundtrack and the music well in the movie.
Okay.
So I went Baby Driver.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Because that whole movie, Baby, has music, and you are listening to the soundtrack, his playlist, throughout the whole movie.
Yes.
And the music actually becomes another character because it's got that much impact on the movie itself.
Yep. No, absolutely. It's and again, as we mentioned earlier on, it's right from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It's right from the very beginning. Anytime you're on Baby's perspective, you've got music going, or he's thinking about how something could be played into one of his remixes that he goes through it all.
Yep.
Yeah, a great choice. Again, another one that we've mentioned before. We won't go too much on. But some of the songs on there, yeah, are absolutely good. And his little remixes that he makes when he gets back home and does the tapes that cause so much trouble for him when they get found.
Yep. Like, the music is so good because it's infectious.
Yes.
And it makes you more involved in the movie and makes you want to get up and dance and be a part of the movie, be a part of the chase, be a part of what Baby's going through in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and as you say, whereas another popular one that has been mentioned before, Guardians of the Galaxy, the music in there is great and adds to the story.
Mm-hmm.
In Baby Driver, you're right. The music is almost its own character.
Yep, it is.
With most other films, the music adds to the overall story. The music adds to Baby's character with this. It supplements his character rather than the overall film, and it just plays it so well. That's great. Right, the final question. We've got it to the end. What's your favourite film franchise?
It started with this one. It's got to end with this one. It's Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Okay, right. Do you include the whole Wizarding World? Where were you standing with Fantastic Beasts and where to find them?
I love Fantastic Beasts, but I'm counting the Harry Potter movies from 1 to 8.
Oh, so it's not the Wizarding World. It's just Harry Potter.
No. And what's cool about this is it's now 2 separate universes. You've got the Fantastic Beasts universe and the Harry Potter films.
You know, I because with Dumbledore coming into this second one, they're all linked. They've got to be just one world. I'm sorry, you're going to have to bring them in. You're going to have to bring them in, Hunter. You're wrong.
Alright. I mean, hey, I love Fantastic Beasts. I'll bring it in also.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about film franchise, which is technically, if you're going to say that, then I'm going to say that the prequels and the original movies belong together. Then.
Yeah, I do. I put them there.
Oh, you do?
I do. Yeah. Good God. Yeah. They're part of it. All part of George Lucas's vision.
Okay.
All part of George Lucas's vision. They're nowhere near as good as the originals.
No.
But anyway, yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking Harry Potter. As you said, the 8 Harry Potter films. Harry Potter and the whatevers. Yes.
Yes. The Harry Potter films.
Okay. Yeah, 8 films. 2.4. Yes. Yeah, I've got you still. Yeah. Are you there?
Yep.
Right, fantastic.
Again, everything I said about at the beginning. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. We keep having a little bit of static there, but you're still here. Hello.
Okay. Just everything about that movie puts you in the Wizarding world. You feel a part of the world. It brings you in. You fall in love with these characters. Just everything about this franchise is pure perfection.
No, absolutely. It's 8 films. For the 8 films, have done $2.4 billion at the box office. Averaging 265 million a film. That's not a bad return of what is essentially book adaptations. That's not a bad return at all. As you say, we've talked about them before, and it's not Sorcerer's Stone, it's Philosopher's Stone. They're British books. We'll call it by its British name. They changed it because you guys they changed it because apparently Americans didn't know what a philosopher was, so they changed it to sorcerer. True story. That's not me being well, it might be a little bit of that, but yeah, I enjoy all the Harry Potter films. As you say, there's some that hit more than others, and the way that it progresses with the characters in the right ages for the right years of it, and it gets progressively darker through it means that kids today could go to Philosopher's Stone at the age of where they are and move follow it up, and I think they've got the complete story there. It's it's good, and we're done.
Woo!
We made it through. Thank you once again to this week's guest, Hunter Chambless. Just to remind everyone here, we're on iTunes, on Podbean and YouTube, so please download the episodes, follow the feeds, subscribe, do the ticking the boxes and leaving rates and reviews. Or do all that stuff. If you could, actually, one big plea while we're here, please tell somebody about the episodes. This is not just you, Hunter, this is everyone that's listening. The 12 people and my mum. Tell someone about it. Get someone new listening. If everyone could get one person new in here, I could get more viewers and more listeners, and I actually feel as if I'm doing it to people instead of just myself and my dog. I've not got a dog. Okay, Hunter, have you got anything you want to plug?
Just my YouTube channel at Film Nerd TV. You can catch me beating Dave in Multiplex Entertainment when our match gets aired.
We've gone up together in a multi-man match, and I beat you in that one.
Just barely.
Hey. No, sorry, go on, keep going.
But yeah, guys, just and check out my Patreon and my Stardust at Film Nerd TV.
Okay, that's brilliant. Okay, if you fancy being in the hot seat, joining me on the podcast yourself, you can email the podcast on thatmadeyourlist@outlook.com. We're on Twitter with @thatmadeyour. We're on YouTube on That Made Your List, and we have our own Facebook page, That Made Your List, where you can find all the old episodes as well as a pinned post of all the questions asked. Please come on there, get involved, comment on the posts, tell me if I've been harsh in saying that the underrateds aren't underrated or anything like that. That's all. I've been Dave Goodger. He's been Hunter Chambless, and this has been That Made Your List.